Hey guys, it's Alex VA, and I'm back with part 3 to the Finney listener series. But yeah, this is part 3. Honestly, I don't know how this is gonna go. I want to do something angsty, so this is probably gonna go into like a bit of an angst. Yeah, it's gonna go into a bit of an angst. Maybe a lot of an angst, because I feel like making some of you cry. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't want to be mean, but I don't know. But yeah, this is gonna be very angsty. So yeah, let's get into it. You and Finney. Sorry, you, Finney, and Gwen are over at the grab and go, hanging out. Grabbing some drinks, getting some food, and you walk out to see Moose. You've heard of him a couple times from, well, Robin talking about him, and you've seen him once before this moment. That morning when they got into a fight. And when he saw you, his eyes turned red. You realized that he was coming towards you, and you walked inside of the grab and go, hoping to get somewhere safe. When you walked inside, you couldn't find Gwen or Finney. And you could see Moose on the other side starting to look for you, knowing that eventually he would in fact find you. So you started down the aisles of food and waited until you heard the ding of the bell on the door and you heard his boots walk in. Not much long after you did. You started to move through the aisles, staying behind him the entire time, and when he turned around, you would, hide. And you had gotten to the door where you were able to push it open and run out. Luckily, he didn't turn around and just thought that it was someone else, and kept looking. And you started to run. And you ran quickly. You didn't want to get beaten up by Moose. I mean, yeah, sure, Robin hurt him, but Moose is stronger than you. Why would you want to fight him when you run into someone? You fall to the ground, your hands being scraped by the gravel, as you when you almost start to cuss the guy out, when you looked up to see Vance Hopper. You've heard of Vance. He's not a guy to be fucked with. And when he saw you there on the ground, you thought it had come to your end. He had looked at you and looked up, and sure enough, there was Moose behind you. He knew exactly what was going on. He may have a reputation, but he won't let someone like you get hurt. So he walked around you and stopped Moose from going after you as he signaled you to run, which you did, and you ran all the way back home. It wasn't until you got home and went to go open the door that you realized your palms were bleeding when you touched the doorknob and a few trickles of blood were left. You walked past the living room where your mom was finishing up in there from when you guys moved in, and she looked at you, seeing you, terrified with blood dripping from your palms. She got scared, like really scared. She ran up to you and, made sure that you were okay and everything, and she ran to the bathroom and grabbed a first aid kit and started cleaning you up. You were sitting up in your room a couple hours later when your mom called you downstairs. You walked downstairs and you saw that she was on the phone. She handed it to you. It's for you, listener. The guy on the phone said that his name was Finney. You ran up to the phone and quickly grabbed it out of your mom's hands as you brought it up to your ear, and you started yelling at him. Like, where were you? Like, why did you leave me? I almost got beat up by Moose. And he's over here, like, apologizing to you and everything. And he says, hey, me, Gwen, Robin, and Bruce are all gonna hang out, over at Robin's house. Do you want to come over? And you're like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, I have nothing else better to do. So you ask your mom quickly, and she says that it's fine, and you start walking. Or you hang up the phone, you get ready, and then you start walking over to Robin's house. When you get there, you knock on the door, and you're greeted by who you think is Robin's uncle. He gives you a smile and lets you inside. As you walk in, you see a pair of female or girl shoes with a couple pair of guy shoes, which made you think that they were already here. So, doing the respectful thing, you took off your shoes, and Robin's uncle showed you where Robin's room was. When you walked in, everybody stopped talking and looked at you. You were looking around when you realized that there was another girl with them. You didn't know who she was. I mean, you've seen her a couple times in science, but that's about it. And you sat down next to Gwen. Oh, hey, listener. Who's that? Oh, right, you haven't met them yet, or her yet, right? That's, Donna. She's one of Finney's friends. Oh, listener, it's so great to meet you. I'm Donna, as, well, Gwen told you. She held out a hand, but you didn't take it. With awkward tension becoming around you guys, she kind of smiled and pulled her hand away from you. You don't know why, but you had an odd feeling around her. But you guys went to doing whatever you guys were doing. You guys were playing board games, hanging out and everything, when Gwen got the idea to play 7 Minutes in Heaven. Alright, everybody, put a item into this hat, and we'll pull it out one by one. If your item gets pulled, you're, well, automatically out of the game. But yeah, let's get started. You believe Robin started first, and as he did, he pulled out Gwen's item. You could see the disgust in both of their eyes as they went into the closet, but Robin and Gwen insisted on it being open the entire time. You wouldn't judge them. I mean, why would they want to be locked in a closet together? They'd probably kill each other. 7 minutes was up and they walked out as Gwen did a gagging noise towards you and pointing at Robin, as Robin kind of just, did a little, kind of flipped her off, and you started laughing, and so did everyone else. As the game went on, it was finally Donna's turn. You look as she starts shuffling through the items. When she pulls out a smaller item. You didn't recognize it. You couldn't remember who put it in until you saw Finney raise his hand. And Donna smiles. And they go into the closet. You don't know why, but the entire time you felt like jealous. I mean, you and Finney aren't together. Like, there's no way you could like Finney at this point. Like, you guys just met. But still, you felt jealous. 7 minutes passed, and Donna and Finney came out of the closet. Finney and Donna both a blushing mess, as you know that they had to have done the purpose of the game. After Donna, it was your turn to pull, but you decided to leave. You didn't want to be there much longer with them. So you got up and you started to leave. You were about the second step from Robin's front door when you felt a hand on your wrist. You turn around to see Robin, and you ask what he wanted. Listener, are you alright? I mean, if the game was making you uncomfortable, you could have just said. We would have stopped it. It wasn't, then why did you just up and leave? You want to go home? You were having so much fun until Donna and Finney. Listener, do you like Finney? Don't even deny it at this point. You're jealous of them, aren't you? Of course you are. I've seen jealousy. I mean, have you seen me? I get pretty jealous easily. Don't worry. I know they wouldn't work out. Donna's not good enough for him. I would know. I've been his best friend for years. And trust me, listener, you're way better for him than Donna. Do you want to stay or do you want to go home? You want to go home? You know what? Since I'm already here and I have my shoes on, I'll walk you home. Alright? Alright, let's go. You smile at what he said as you slowly nod your head and start walking down the steps. Robin quickly shows up next to you. You both look at each other and then laugh and start walking home. But little did you know that Finney was watching you guys the entire time. And I'm gonna end it there. Cliffhanger! No, this is not going to turn into a listener X or a Robin X listener. Sorry. But yeah, we have a little bit of jealous listener and maybe a bit of jealous Finney and a little bit of best friend Robin. Yes. The reason why Robin said that he would walk you home is because, well, that's the gentleman thing to do. If your guest is leaving and it's dark and there's literally a mass serial killer out there, it's good to walk them home. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will make part 4 tomorrow night. But yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your morning, day, or night. Bye-bye!